Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and today I'm going to be going over why ad rates are so bad in January and why anyone that does YouTube or social media or anything that is associated with advertisers, why they pretty much hate January to an extent, right? So in the first part of this video, I'm going to go over why the ad rates are so low, and then I'm going to go over, what a lot of YouTubers like myself do in January, which, I mean, this is my first full year into YouTube, so this is my first January. But yeah, I'll just explain what I do, and yeah, let's pretty much get into it. So the reason that ad rates are so low in January is leading up to January, you've got two really big months, November and December. November's pretty big because Thanksgiving to an extent, but the biggest thing is Black Friday. So advertisers start paying more and more money leading up to Black Friday, but then they also are paying more money because it's leading up to Christmas. And the reason they do this is they want their products to be out in front of people so that people obviously buy their stuff. So as someone that does YouTube, I get paid out from these advertisers, so I make a lot more money per view in November and December just because advertisers are going to pay out more money to get their product out to people. And this pretty much keeps increasing up until about Christmas Day or a few days before Christmas Day. And the reason is advertisers are, paying more and more money. They just really want to get in front of people to get their product moved. And then as soon as Christmas hits, they start pulling back, not 100% because there is still some selling that happens after Christmas. But then as soon as January 1st hits, they pretty much just completely shut everything off. Not 100%, but a pretty large amount. And the reason they do this is January is not a huge retail month. And so since January is not a huge retail month, and they just spent, probably with some advertisers, literally millions of dollars in December to advertise, they're kind of holding back, getting, most businesses, they get all their tax stuff figured out in January, all that kind of stuff. And so January is a month where they take a break and they pull back. And so if someone does YouTube, they are going to get paid significantly less for the same amount of views in January as they do in December. It varies channel to channel. I saw a decrease from December to January of pretty much 50%, a little bit over 50%, which is absolutely ridiculous. But I was honestly prepared for it. And it's actually been increasing. So every single day so far in January, my ad rates have gone up. So I went from being at, I would say I was at probably about 40% of what I was at in December, whereas now I'm at about 65% of what I was at ad rate wise for December. So it's increasing back up. So I'm getting back up to where I normally sit around in terms of just ad rates on my channel essentially. And if you notice in January, now let's get into the point of what a lot of people do is a lot of YouTubers take breaks in January. You'll notice that a lot of content is just not happening in January. Just everyone pretty much pulls back because there's no sense in pushing really hard to make a lot of content if you're not going to get paid a lot for it, right? If I can make one video in December and get paid the same amount for that one video, I have to make 2 videos in January essentially to get paid that same amount is what I mean. It's just not worth it, right? So a lot of people that do YouTube and other social media stuff will kind of pull back in January, take a break, go on vacation, all that kind of stuff. And I don't think that's the best route to go, but I understand it. So what I've done this month personally is I've been spending time on things that don't earn revenue. And that sounds a little bit crazy, right? People are like, well, why not just take a break? Or why would you even put time into stuff that's not making money when you're already making less money this month compared to last month? And the simple answer is typically with any business, there's kind of like what people call like the 80-20 rule. You spend 80% of your time and effort into stuff that works now and into stuff that's making you money now. And then you spend about 20% of your time and effort into future projects that maybe they aren't making money right now, but they could potentially be a future cash cow, so to speak. And that rule is very important with any business that you run. Now, being, quote unquote, a business person, I don't really feel comfortable calling myself that, but I mean, to an extent I am. I'm going to flip that on its head when I know that revenue is going to be really low. Since I know I'm not going to get paid as much from YouTube, I kind of see this as a prime opportunity to focus on the things that I'm not making money from right now. For example, this second channel and my Facebook page, put a lot of time and effort into them because I'm not going to be making a lot of money from my YouTube channel, get those things up and running. So then when I do start earning a lot of money on my YouTube channel, those things are already running in the background. So now I'm going to be making more money off of YouTube, and then I'm going to be making money from the second channel and then also from my Facebook page as well. And I would say that any kind of occupation that you do that has these slow times, and actually that'll be the next point now. So I guess my big takeaway from this video and advice is, if you're in any sort of occupation that has slow times, so if you're in sales or just, I mean, sales I feel like is really the biggest thing that has slow times, use it to basically better yourself so that when things do get busy again, you're obviously prepared for it, but hopefully you can expand in some way. And I just explained that, how I'm doing that on my channel. And what this is going to look like, right? For, I guess if I give a little bit more information on what I'm doing, maybe it'll help you guys and it'll help you do something with whatever you're doing in your life to expand yourself. Yeah, I mean, hopefully that makes sense. So normally if I was going full on with my YouTube channel, I wouldn't be posting all these videos to Facebook and I wouldn't be posting as many videos to my second channel. I would be focusing on posting at least 2, sometimes 3 videos a day on my main channel, because I know that every single time I post a video, I'm planting a well, I'm giving myself a chance for a video to get a lot of views and then earn me a lot of revenue. Whereas now, where I know that that's not really a thing, I'm going to pull back and I'm going to go, okay, all these great ideas that I have for videos, I'm going to save those for when I get more money from ad rates and all that. But instead, that time that I was spending posting 2 to 3 videos a day and filming 2 to 3 videos a day, I'm now going to spend that time posting a video to my second channel. I'm now going to spend that time getting all of my videos from my YouTube channel over to Facebook, which I've been posting about 50 videos a day roughly. And that's something that right now I'm not making any money from it, and it's very time consuming. And if I was doing this during a time that's really busy, or YouTube's never really busy, but if I was doing this during a time, like let's say I did this last month when ad rates were really high, I would be kind of stupid to do that, because I'm spending all this time and effort into something that's not making money when I could be spending that time into something that is making substantially more. Well, I mean, anything is more than zero, right? I'd be spending all that time and effort into doing something that is making me a lot more money. So if you take this same application, let's say that, I don't know, you do some sort of sales job. And typically with sales, right, when things are really busy, I remember that all you're going to be doing is you're going to be spending time talking to customers or trying to get customers to come in. You're selling whatever you're selling, all that kind of stuff. So everything you're doing is networking and selling. And it's just like, it's endless and you never have any time, and it's crazy. But then I feel like a lot of people in the downtimes where they fail in business and in sales and all that kind of stuff is in those downtimes, then they take a step back, they just, and they take a breather and they just let things go, where that could be the time that they expand. So like if you're a salesperson, maybe in the time when things are really slow, that's when you network even more, because when it was really busy, you were spending a ton of time just selling stuff, right? You had people coming in, they're buying, and you're selling something. Whereas when it's really slow, maybe that's the time that you reach out to more people than you normally do. You build these relationships where maybe those people aren't going to buy at that time. They're not going to buy your product at that time, but you're building that relationship and you're giving yourself an opportunity for when it's busy, that you just have this pipeline of people coming in. And it's the same thing I'm doing with my YouTube channel. I'm building up all these ideas for my channel so that when things are, you know, busy from a revenue standpoint, where things are high from a revenue standpoint, I'm then going to just start funneling all these ideas and just having all this content coming out so I can take advantage of the money and take advantage of the situation. And I just feel like this balance, right? You want to have some time where you're having a little bit of downtime. So right now for me, not going out and filming all the time and just basically relaxing at home, even though I'm uploading videos to Facebook, but giving myself a little bit of time to relax, even though I'm making my time very productive. I'm always doing something. I mean, I'm working like 12 hours a day right now plus, but I'm doing it in a very relaxed environment. I'm not going out and off-roading my truck right now. I'm not running around trying to film a ton of car reviews. I'm not doing any of that. I'm doing the bare minimum right now, and it's actually doing very well. And so now in the future, I'm going to have all these cars to review that I've kind of built up all these ideas. I'm going to have all this content that I've kind of built up all these ideas over this month. And I mean, it's just super exciting. And so I guess the last part of this video is I just want you guys to let me know from a conversation standpoint, things that you do personally when, whether it's at work or maybe you're in school, all that kind of stuff. What do you do when it gets slow, when it's in that time it's not busy? I mean, from a school perspective, it would be at, you know, parts of the year where you're not really building up to a test or anything like that. When it comes to like taking a test at school, I remember that was so miserable. You're doing all this studying, all this homework, all this preparing, but then you have like the downtime afterwards. What do you do in that downtime? Are you just messing around, or are you actually spending that time and doing something productive with yourself? And I want you guys to kind of let me know in the comment section down below what you do with your free time, whether it's productive or it's not. And I want you guys to actually just comment this down below. One thing that you think that you could change personally in your downtime to make it more productive, even if it's nothing crazy, but just something to make yourself a little bit more productive. I want you guys to let me know. If you're stopping for the first time, please subscribe, comment down below what you think, and then I will see all of you in that next video.